A customer mailed over a 2015 iMac 27-inch on October 30, 2020. And he said, iMac does not turn on. I replaced the power supply twice. LED 1 does not light up now, even though I have a new power supply connected. We received the package and we updated the customer on November 5th. So that's 5 days later. And we told the customer that we received your package. The customer chose expedited service. So we started the work on his device the very same day. We received his package at 12:47 p.m. and we had an answer for the customer by 4:19 p.m. So 3-4 hours later, we had an update for the customer and we told him that his iMac was a no fix, unfortunately. I spent a good 3-4 hours troubleshooting the motherboard and I was not able to come to a conclusion on why the motherboard is not powering on. I checked everything from power MOSFETs to capacitors to resistors, the SMC. I checked his board under a thermal camera. I installed our own power supply, and we just have to put a limit on how much time we spend on one specific device. So we deemed the motherboard a no fix, and we told the customer that his iMac is a no fix, unfortunately. The only way to fix it right now is to replace the motherboard. Customer said, just send it back. I'm going to send you a shipping label, and I want you to ship it back. We shipped the device back, and a few days later, the customer said that his device was damaged in shipping. We do not know if the customer himself is the one who damaged the package or if the shipping carrier are the ones who damaged the package. But that's irrelevant because once the package leaves our shop, we do not have control on what happens to that package. That's why when a customer fills out a mail-in form, we have our terms. The customer must agree to our terms and he must sign before he can submit the mail-in form and mail over his device. If you look at our terms here under shipping policy, the shipping instructions that you provide upon filling in your mail-in form are the instructions we follow to ship your items. What that means is if the customer chose insurance, we add insurance. If the customer chose express, we ship it express. If the customer chose second day air, we ship it second day air. So we follow what the customer chose when filling in the mail-in form. Failure to request insurance renders any shipping damages solely the responsibility of the customer, and NorthridgeFix assumes no liability in case of damages during shipping. Furthermore, devices not shipped in their original packages are more prone to damage during shipping. If you send us your device in a generic box, we will ship it back to you in a generic box at your own risk. And finally, we state if you are providing your own shipping label, make sure to provide insurance because we cannot provide insurance on prepaid labels. So we tell the customer he has to take it with the shipping carrier. We have nothing to do with it because we clearly state in our terms, if the customer is providing a prepaid shipping label, it's his responsibility to purchase insurance. If he does not have insurance, then too bad. Too bad. So the customer sued us in small claims. He stated that he received his package damaged, his computer is damaged, and he wants $3,800 for that computer. Even though his computer was not functioning when it came to us, he's looking for $3,800 because in the court system, unfortunately, when you ask for too much, you're going to end up maybe getting a little bit. So you aim high to get low. The court date was last month or maybe 1.5 months back. And I told my sister, I'm not going to be able to go to court. I have so many things to do and I do not want to waste time going to court. She already knows about that customer, about the case. I told her I want you to handle this. She's a well-spoken person. So she gathered all the evidence, all the communication between us and the customer, our policy, the terms that the customer signed up for when he filled out the mail-in form, pictures, so on and so forth. And she went to court. My sister told the judge that we cannot be held responsible for something that's not in our control. Once the mailman picks up the package, then we have no control on what happens to that package. It could be the mailman that damaged the package. It could be the customer himself who damaged the package. We do not know. The customer is the one who provided us with the shipping label. We do not know if he had insurance or not. The customer did not ask us to provide the shipping label, and he did not ask us for insurance. Our terms are clear and signed by the customer. Should anything happen to that package and you do not have insurance, we cannot be held liable. And another thing is, the iMac arrived to us dead on arrival. It does not power on. The customer is asking $3,800 for a new computer. It doesn't make sense. So the judge listened to my sister and to the customer. And by the way, the customer was not in court. He's out of state. So he was doing court over the phone. And once the judge listened to both of them, she told them, court is over. We will let you know about our decision in a few days. So a few days later, we received a letter from the court, and it says that the court ruled in favor of the customer and we have to pay $1,200. No explanation. No explanation how the judge came about that ruling, but it says that we owe the customer $1,200. So between me and myself, I started to think, that's why there are a lot of innocent people in jail. That's why sometimes a person is found guilty, but really he's innocent. I started to doubt the justice system in the US. It's not fair. It's not fair. I have no control over how that package is handled. Why should I be responsible for it? The customer signed our terms, which clearly states, should anything happen to that package and you do not have insurance, we cannot be blamed for it. What are the terms for? What is the signature for? So I felt like justice was not served. We had an option to appeal. So I did appeal. I filed for an appeal. And today was the second court date. And this time I thought, let me go myself. I'm not going to send anybody. Let me go myself and I'll handle this myself. So I'm in court standing in front of the judge. The customer is on the phone because, like I said, he's out of state. And the judge started with the customer. He told him, can you tell me what happened? The first thing the customer said was, the court ruled in my favor, $1,200, and he wanted to go on, and the judge interrupted him. He said, this is a brand new court. Disregard what happened in the previous court. This is a brand new court. And the customer said, okay. He said, before I mailed my iMac over, I called and spoke to Alex, to me. And I told him, he said that I told him, the fix is 100% guaranteed. And we have schematics, we have board diagrams, we will fix it for him in no time and ship it back to him. He was disappointed when we told him that his iMac was in no fix. He sent us a shipping label and we shipped his package back, and the package arrived in a very bad condition and his iMac was broken and he wants a new iMac, $3,800, and he kept on talking and he added that we are not Apple certified, we are not qualified to work on Apple products, and we do not have the proper tools to troubleshoot and fix a motherboard. And he also added that he paid $600 to ship that iMac to us, $500 for the box and $100 for paddings. And I just wanted to interrupt and ask, what is that box made out of? Gold? But I kept my cool. The judge is listening and I'm listening, and the judge is not stupid. So the judge had to interrupt and he asked him, what is it that you are looking for? And the customer said, well, I need to be paid the value of the iMac, which is about $3,800. He said, okay. The judge turned to me and he said, can you tell me what happened? So I started with the statement, the only reason we have a YouTube channel is so that we can show people how to troubleshoot and fix their devices, their laptops, their computers without available schematics or board diagrams. The customer said that he called and I guaranteed him a fix, and I told him that we have schematics, that we have board diagrams, and it's 100% fixable. Not everything is fixable. We did work on his motherboard. We did so and so, and his motherboard was deemed a no fix. We told the customer his motherboard was a no fix. In order to fix the iMac, we would have to buy him another motherboard. The customer said he does not want to fix it. He provided us with a shipping label. We shipped the package, and it's beyond our control what happens after the mailman picks up the package. And I told the judge, before the customer mailed over the iMac to us, he had to fill out the mailing form and he had to sign and agree to our terms. Our terms state that we cannot be held responsible should anything happen to the package because it's beyond our control. It's like that customer sent us a driver to pick up the computer. That driver had an accident and now the customer is blaming us for that damage. Same thing with this one. The customer is the one who provided the label. We put the label on the box and the mailman picked up the package. What happens after that is beyond our control. I did not damage that package. So the judge turned to the customer and he told him, is there anything else that you would like to add? And the customer started to repeat himself, the same things that he said before. The judge interrupted him and he said, you already said that. Is there anything else new that you would like to add? The customer said, I want to be paid for my iMac. And the judge replied, I do not see how your iMac is more worth it now than when it was mailed over to them. You mailed it over as a dead device. And the gentleman said that if you replace the motherboard, it's going to cost you more than the price of the iMac. So the iMac is really worthless. I do not see any value that your iMac had before compared to now. And the customer said, but no, my iMac was working before, but it stopped working and I had to change the power supply and then I mailed it over to him and the judge had to end it. He said, okay, we're going to end it in the favor of myself and goodbye. That's it. It just ended abruptly. And, and the judge left, and I left the courtroom. That's how it ended. And today I felt that justice was served. I really felt that justice was served. So that's what happened. I wanted to share this story with you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and we'll do something else in the next video.